Hello, I'm Ryan, and this is Exposure Therapy. I've never actually done this hike before. I did drive the road all the way up, but I chickened out on the hike because there was going to be some thunderstorms, and I have an issue with lightning. I'm terrified of it.
Valhalla Provincial Park is a true wilderness gem. It's known for its pristine alpine lakes, jagged peaks, and ample mountain goat and grizzly bear populations. Reaching the park is no easy feat. First, you must traverse 44 kilometers of rough logging road just to reach the trailhead. And if you're like me, a Ford Focus guy, you're going to actually have to park 2 kilometers before the trailhead and hike the rest of the way. Before starting the hike, make sure you wrap your vehicle in chicken wire. This will prevent the porcupines from snacking on your tires. According to my All Trails recording, it took me 4 hours of moving time to reach Gwillim Lakes. Almost 900 meters of elevation gain over the 6 kilometers. The trail takes you through subalpine forests, crosses boulder fields, and passes 2 lakes, each with their own campsite.
Number of photos taken so far, 0. So, we're finally here at Gwillim Lakes. I set up my tent, and then I had a nice dehydrated macaroni and vegetable meal. Very expensive, but very good. And now it is time for sunset photography, so I'm just trying to find something interesting. The water has quieted down quite a bit. And I am able to get some nice reflection. I've got these rocks. It looks really nice, actually. It's nice that it's cleared up. It hailed for a bit while I was eating. Doesn't really work too well. I'm doing portrait mode, getting the rushing water. And then all of this mountain, but you can't really see the flowers here. So I'm going to try and maybe go a little bit further downstream. Or up here. I'm just gonna work all of this until I can, find something good. This is much nicer. It's got a lot more water, and then there's these flowers here. So, Still, I'm not happy with any of the shots, but basically you just have to keep working until you find something. So I might switch back to landscape with these sunflowers. It is almost 5 in the morning. I woke up at 4:45. The skies are pretty much clear. It was a very cold night. But here I am. I'm walking to the top behind the campground to see if I can get a good lookout of all these mountains over here. The sun is going to be rising from. Oh, you can kind of see where the orange is. That's where the sun's going to come up. So I'm hoping to get something with all these mountains. There isn't much for foreground though, so that's the hardest part. But I might have to use my zoom lens and just zoom on that valley because that looks pretty nice actually. See, this looks really cool. Nothing good on the ground. The sun is just starting to come up. Switch over to my zoom lens so I can get, one of those, compress all those layers of the mountains. And it looks like there's some smoke going on coming up the valley. So it's basically created some nice layers. I can't find a good foreground. I always switch to a zoom and try and get something like that. Easier. Instead of like, at least you'll get a picture of something. And then, this mountain is starting to light up too, so I might switch it to over here. I can't really see much interest. It's just rocks, but that might be okay. Around 6 something evening. This is my first full day here, and this is my first evening or second evening shot. And the skies are totally bare blue skies, so not exactly epic landscape territory, but I'm gonna see what I can flesh out of this. I've walked past the campground all the way to the end of the trail where there's shade, so I can kind of start from here. I did some exploring. Like mid-morning I walked around the lake and I did find like a nice patch of paintbrush that There isn't very many wildflowers here. I'm not sure if it's too early or like the sun like dried everything out too fast, or maybe there's just not like a good wildflower area. Right now I've got these, I don't know what they are, some sort of weird sunflower looking dudes. I've got them, and then this pool and the reflection. But yeah, without nice sky, it's a little bland, for sure. I put bug repellent on, but I just haven't bothered. Because I haven't been that bad, but here in this boggy shit, not so fun. So, got this nice little reflection of the mountain, and then these fuzzy, I don't know what they're called, I call them hairy manzillas, but they're like pretty much the only flower that's out here. So, I'm focusing on those guys. I think they're anemones, but hairy manzilla is way better. But that's a really nice photo spot that I just happened to find. So the sun is almost down, and I have come back to these paintbrushes. I always say fireweed, but it's paintbrush that I found this afternoon. These are the only ones like around this entire area. So I've been just trying to wait for the wind to die down, and then I've bumped up my ISO pretty high to make sure I can freeze the flowers so they're not blurry, but this is what you gotta do, right? This would actually be a pretty good shot if it wasn't for nothing in the sky. But can't do much other than just do your best. Anyways, there's gonna be a full moon pretty quick, so I'm gonna move back over. It's gonna come over those mountains. I'm gonna go to the lookout that I was at this morning, and then shoot that moon, and then go to bed.